Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. I run a small automotive shop and I also build my own project cars. This is something that I've done most of my life because it's something I really enjoy doing. Ever since I was a kid, I really loved cars. I used to have posters on my walls with cars, and when I bought my first car, I didn't even know very much about cars, so it's something that I had to learn over the years. But I put a lot of effort into it because of the love I had for the passion that I had for cars. And speaking of first cars, I still have my very first car. It's actually sitting right here in the shop. This is a 2000 Mustang GT. It's been sitting here for quite a while, so that's why it's all dusty. Motor finally gave out, so it's going to need a new engine. It's pretty much just bolt-ons. I mean, it has a trig flow intake manifold, JLT intake. It's got a full Bassani exhaust, X-pipe. That's the one thing about this car that I love so much. I've never heard a better sounding car than this car right here with that Bassani exhaust. Another thing about it was this color right here was like a special edition color. It was released that year. Only so many of them were made. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was a real nice color. Before it was like a canary yellow or something. This is a little brighter, so I really like this color a lot better. Used to have a lot of fun in this car. When this car came out, it only came out with like 260 horsepower from the factory, so I would say with all the bolt-ons maybe about 300-ish, low 300s maybe. And back in that time, the LS1s were really dominating with that LS1 platform. They were just so hard to beat. But with this car, I used to beat them, and they used to get so mad because I would beat them. They couldn't understand how a lower horsepower car could beat them so easily. But I guess it was the driver mod. So I guess that's pretty much it for my Mustang. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than that it needs a new motor, so that's one of my projects. Over here this is my brother's car. It's a S281 2003, I think. But the motor is right over there. I'm going to be putting in that motor for him. This one had a fully built engine and it blew up on him, like literally after he was test driving it. So it wasn't built right. So we're just going to throw a stock motor and put all the factory stuff back on. Here's a Shelby that I'm working on as well. It's just some maintenance stuff, nothing major. So I'm gonna see if I can convince him to do some performance stuff. You know, I gotta use my influence to coax people into getting faster parts. This is my friend's Harley Davidson. I'm redoing all the suspension, just kind of freshening everything up. It's kind of all rusted up and falling apart. All the rubber's hard and cracked, so it's gonna need a bunch of stuff replaced. So this is just one side of my shop. I actually have another part to it, but they're split, so I can't just walk over from one to the other. I have to walk outside and go in through the other door. So let's go over there and I'll show you the other side. It's already nighttime, so I'm gonna grab a light so I don't trip while I'm walking out there in the dark. Let's go. Last thing I want to do is fall on my face. Okay, so here's the other half of the shop. This is another project that I'm working on that's mine. I've been having a really hard time finding parts for this thing, but I'm gonna probably sell this car because it's been giving me so much headache. It's got some body damage, but as soon as I can find all the parts, I'm gonna put it together to sell it. This is a Fox body that I've been working on. Another one. This one we're just freshening up. Should be a good car once it's ready. It's nice and clean. I mean, these Fox bodies are really hard to find in good condition, and this one's in really good condition. This one's not too bad either. The paint is a little worn out, but other than that, it's got a straight body, has a good engine. This one's got a lot of goodies going into it. All those boxes right there are for this car. This is a buddy of mine. He wants me to build this car so he can have a fast car, but also just something he can enjoy on a day-to-day basis, not anything extreme. So it's not going to be too crazy. But these Fox bodies are really good platforms if you want to build race cars. I mean, the 5.0 engine has lots of parts that you can get so easily. But most guys now are doing Coyote swaps. LS swaps are real popular in these. All the Ford guys hate it when they LS swap them, but what works works. So these are just going to have the original motors. Over here I've got a Bronco. This is actually my dad's Bronco. He bought it so that we can build it, restore it, and I guess sell it. We're going to see what we end up doing with it, but it's only got 70,000 miles. It's got a really good motor. It's a 5.8, so it should be a good project. And over here is my Corvette. It's a C6 Corvette, full option car, cam only, full bolt-ons. Sounds pretty mean. This car actually don't need much. All it needs is a shift cable. It broke on me, so it won't switch gears. It won't go into gear. And that's pretty much it. The only reason it's been sitting here this long is because I can't get it up high enough. So I got to figure out a way to jack this thing up high enough so that I can drop the exhaust and replace that cable. And it should be good to go after that. So this might be my next project that I work on. Another thing about this car that I forgot is that it's actually locked and I can't get into it. A buddy of mine came over and he was looking at the car, and I had the hood open, so he closed the hood and I was like, don't close the hood, and he closed it before I could tell him. And so if you know these cars, they're electronic, so the door won't open unless it has power, and the battery's dead in it, so I can't even get the door open. So I'm gonna have to try to get a rod or something. Good thing it's open just a little bit from the window, so I can stick a rod in there and try to pull that lever that's on the side so that I can pop the door open. So yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. As much as I love this car, I think I'm going to probably end up selling it as well. There's just so many more other project cars that I have that I need to work on and get ready. And this one's the easiest one to fix. It'd probably be the easiest one to sell because, I mean, the C6 is a car that's very desirable, even though they're already a little bit old. But they're such great cars. They're very fast. They're so light. They're easy to build. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with them, and they're just great cars overall. And you've only seen a few of my cars, but I still have several more. I just don't have them here because I don't have the space. That's one of the challenges of having a shop where you're taking in customers' projects and working on other cars, and then you're trying to work on your own, but you run out of space. Then you run out of time as well because you're so busy with other people's cars that you don't have time to work on your own stuff. So I just have to try to figure out something so that I can get to work on these other cars and also free up more space for them so that I can bring them here and actually start putting wrench to it. There you have it, guys. That was a quick tour of my shop. So now you can have an idea of what I've got going on here and the kind of projects that I'm personally working on for myself. See some of the challenges that I'm faced with on a day-to-day basis. And it is getting kind of late already, so I think I'm going to go ahead and close the shop down and head home and have some dinner and warm up because it gets really cold in here at night. Okay guys, I'm back in the second half of the shop. I'm getting ready to lock up and go, but before I do so, I wanted to share with you what my goals are for this channel. You're going to see a lot of car content, mostly me working on these project cars, and you're going to see a lot of the struggles that I go through, from budgets, time frames, finding parts, the complications that go with building these cars. I mean, there's endless things that can happen when you're building these cars. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It takes a lot of skill, and a lot of times they can extend way more than you expect them to. But the one thing that can really hold you back, and I'm sure all of you will agree with me, is the budget, the money. You can't buy these parts, you can't work on these cars if you don't have the money to do it. And that's one of the challenges I face, because I wish I can dedicate more time to working on these projects, but I have to run my shop. I have to take customer cars so that I can work on these cars and get paid, because that's how I get money to work on my projects. So you're going to see all this stuff in real time. You're going to see everything that I struggle with, like I said, and I'm sure a lot of you will relate to the things that I'm doing. One thing I can tell you for sure, though, is if you want to save money on your project car, you have to do the work yourself. If you're paying other people to do it for you, you're going to spend a lot of money. A lot of the stuff that I'm able to do is because I do my own work. Otherwise, you would spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting these projects worked on. So do the work yourself. I will help you if I can. I'm going to share everything that I know so that you can see firsthand how I build these cars, what kind of skills it takes. And like I said before, I didn't know anything about cars when I bought my first car. I learned, I taught myself, and you can learn too. So if this is your thing, stick around, because I got a lot more coming. Thanks for watching.